Anthony, I think we'll end with something more positive as we look ahead now to this year. Vaccines on the way, hopefully with us shortly, we think, although I don't know if you've used that app yet to see when you're eligible for or when you'll actually get your vaccine. Mine said 2024, which is not great because I really want to go on holiday this year. But I think we're going to hopefully return to some normality this year. What do you think 2021 holds for the Carbery Group and then for IT at Cork and its network?
Yeah, and look, I suppose, like yourself, you kind of say, look, I'm hoping for some glimmer of normality in 2021. Look, what that normality looks like now, I guess we don't know, right? But, you know, when it'll happen and what it looks like, you know, we don't know. But I suppose we're prepping right now for a return at some point throughout the year of our teams, right? And what this model looks like in terms of the hybrid working model, you know, the working remotely, etc. From an IT Cork perspective, it's also, you know, very similar. You know, we've kind of coped well during COVID and you know, transitioned online and all our events, but you know, we're looking forward now to getting back to a return to somewhat face to face, knowing that it'll never be kind of fully face to face as well going forward. We now have a model here that will work hybrid as well, right? So I think that's a good. You know, we're expecting 2021 to be a very, very busy IT year for IT at Cork, and we're about to execute on our strategy starting this month as well, right? Which was, you know, generated with a view of it being a kind of bumper year for our members, right, as they return back to normality, right? For us, we kind of have a lot in terms of our kind of tech festival planning as well underway. You know, we're building on the success of last year's kind of week-long event, right? Which, you know, in previous years it would have been a single day. We've now expanded it out to be a kind of festival of tech, right? Which worked very well remotely last year. We're just figuring out this year what way we're going to run it. The calendar events is already planned out. You know, we're starting to develop out our international connections, as we mentioned earlier, with the clusters, etc. And our training plans are ambitious, right? But I think, you know, personally throughout 2020, right, I've seen, you know, massive benefits from a technology leader perspective as well, right, in terms of again, not ignoring the negatives that came with it, right, but from a technology leader perspective as well, right, there was a lot of positives to be kind of taken away from 2020, right? And you know, certainly when I look at the benefits of a network like IT at Cork, right, more than ever, you know, I was very humbled to kind of see how our members and our networks kind of really rallied together to the many calls that came throughout the year, right, whether they be from the health service, etc., right? They all kind of really, you know, jumped on and kind of tried to help out where possible, right? And I think it just summed up for me with everything which was great about the region, right? And I'm convinced that, you know, from a company, from a member perspective, from a cluster perspective, look, I think we'll bounce back, you know, stronger than ever, right? And that's already showing.
It sounds like it, and it sounds like an amazing network to be part of. I love the way you've described it there. It does sound very supportive, and again, I think that's the beautiful thing about these clusters. Whether it's Cork or whether it's Dublin, everyone does pull in the same direction, and I think that's why they're so important. And that's a really positive note to finish on, Anthony. Really do appreciate you taking the time today. I know you're very. I wish you and the Carbery Group and IT at Cork a really successful year. I look forward to hopefully attending some of those events to see what they're all about. But listen, thank you again, Anthony, and have a good weekend.
That's great, Gareth. And you too. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you.